you doing, Mrs. Sato?
Saving your ass?
Your books.
Gotta love it.
I'm books?
Your books.
I'm This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books.
My books?
Your books. Y-O-R-E, I presume.
Oh, that makes way more sense. All right.
Hello, everybody. KBTV Under the Sun, and welcome back to the fourth case of the Great Ace Attorney. We've established that Bourbon Books was not the book place that Soseki went to, but it may not even matter at this point. I can't remember if Gregson has already read this line, or will we stop right here and didn't actually read the line yet?
That is a good question.
I guess we'll read it again just to be safe.
Just read it again.
Okay. Hi, I'm deer in the headlights today. Don't mind me. Oh, well, I can't read it anyway, so never mind.
You took too long.
If
No,
the
sorry,
accused went from there to there.
There is no doubt he would still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed.
I tabbed out, but my mouse was right over the thing, so it just was like, here we go.
Yes, thank you, Inspector.
Ugh.
Allow me to reiterate my learned and somewhat slow Nipponese friend. Just to make this a little clearer for you.
Sir.
Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Ah!
That's gotta be expensive.
Rubble.
Glasses or... And I bet you can't fool me. And I don't suggest you try.
What did I say, eh? I've had enough of this now.
Your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that?
No.
Speak up!
No. I'm good. I'm leaving. Bye.
Mr. Naruto,
What?
Huh?
I'm not talking to you. We mustn't give up.
What do you mean?
Speak
I
up
mean, we
there!
mustn't give up. Are you stupid? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury they very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty.
She's absolutely right.
Of course I'm right. We must consider every assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully.
They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from Your Books, but... he could go the other way, I guess? Yes?
Can we prove that?
No, but I mean, we can just fly by the seat of our pants. It's how Phoenix would do it.
It's the Ace Attorney way.
Okay! The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed.
Oh,
Okay,
Ryunosuke,
I wouldn't
honey,
call
no.
it flawed, but...
Oh, Ryunosuke, no. Oh, honey. This really is the Ace Attorney way. Just take it in the complete wrong direction, you should. Got it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Explain yourself, counsel.
Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from Your Books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Unfortunately, Natsume already said he saw what happened.
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home?
Because
They
he
use
doesn't
Google
know the
Maps.
territory.
Because he used Apple Maps.
Uh...
The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, The accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection.
But, yes, I've got it. Obviously,
Was that supposed to be in your head there, Ryunosuke? Like,
we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Atsumi which route he took home. I think okay.
I've already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning.
The Count.
He claims he has no recollection.
Okay, well then that means that your suggestion doesn't work either. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. But there was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or what route he took home.
Great.
Okay, but we
don't-
just literally... Okay.
I don't believe this.
Okay, but he just said he doesn't know which route he took. So how can we believe Van Zeeks?
Because Natsumi still said he saw what happened. Is the problem here?
He still could have seen what happened if he took Naruhodo's route.
But he saw her from behind.
What if we have this all
We
wrong?
don't have enough information yet, is the thing, so...
Okay.
Anyway, I thank you, my learned friends.
I think Mo did it.
And suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. We have places to be, wine to drink, glasses to shatter.
I was gonna say, you don't drink your wine, you just throw them.
I said glasses to shatter, did you not listen?
You said
don't
wine
drink
to
the wine.
drink!
Well, I'm on the clock, obviously.
Then why do you even bring it out?
To shatter the glass! Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? Put us all out of our misery.
But even if that is the case, the defense still... Sir?
Oh, hey, what's up?
I agree with Lord Van Zeeks. Wholeheartedly and in every way.
What? I don't believe it. Does this mean...
We members of the jury are completely convinced now.
Dang, y'all scrubs.
Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Uh-huh.
Guilty.
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 I'm sorry, Juror 5's voice in English does not suit the kind of character he is, but sure.
Oh, did we just lose?
Yeah, we sure did. Again.
But I mean, like, well, last time we lost, it wasn't a real loss. We could turn it around. I mean, like, did we actually lose?
I don't know. Keep talking. We'll find out.
Okay.
It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous.
Also, Fido, after this recording, you sound like you're talking inside a bin. I don't know why.
The insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. I would like to go home now.
Naruhodo.
Everything is totally not okay. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. Oh boy, here we go. The bullshittery of the jurors. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow.
I have to use the new mechanic in this game. Those are the eyes of Corey not yet willing to give up and die. Consider giving up and dying.
I mean, I'll give up, but probably not the dying part. I don't like the dying part.
Well, I'm okay with one of those at least. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial? Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago.
Hey, you brought up.
Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses.
Very well, Counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with Whippany's whippersnapper and his refusal to throw in his alley. What the
Yes!
fuck is that even?
Oh, it is the same guy.
Yeah, it is the
Onkus?
same. It's gotta be an Australian thing. I don't know. Oh, onkus. Yeah, that's a word, I guess.
Also, that's racist.
Very well then.
The judge agrees, it's racist.
I deal with this every day. I have to get used to it at this point. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.
You know, everyone talking about how this is like an antiquated law, and I'm sitting here like, I feel like that should be obvious.
The jurors' contentions.
For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddie already admitted himself, didn't he?
He said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes. Why? Why, it can only have been the victim.
And would have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. Not in winter. Pulled attack from behind, was she? How dreadful.
I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing.
Oh, books, yes. Nice shop, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit.
What? What do you think, Santa?
What? Am I not allowed to have my own opinions? And why does my voice keep changing for him?
Yeah,
Actually,
why do you keep changing his voice?
You can have your own opinions, but how did that sway you into giving a guilty verdict?
Yeah.
With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear.
When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes.
Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already.
Yeah. Even the judge appears convinced of Miss Natsume's guilt now.
Ugh. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense?
Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If you want the force the trial to continue,
Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds.
Make them fight.
4 of them at least.
exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward.
You have the floor, Counsel. Begin your summation examination.
Yes, my lord.
Maybe this time I'll remember what Juror 6 sounds like.
I just need to keep this trial going somehow. Whatever it takes. Come on, Ryanosuke. You can do it. Believe! Date bayo?
He's gonna cut him all with his sword.
I'm gonna just press this guy. I don't think you need to press him, but I'm gonna press him anyway, because, hello? Excuse me, but aren't you...
Yes, that's right. I was the witness stand myself just 2 days ago.
Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you?
That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fossicking around. Bruce Bearplay was a man of repute.
Ain't my fault. Ain't my fault that you have loans.
Sorry?
Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and the younger Hatter pegged as criminals.
Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Then you're really not.
I don't believe you.
Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around, and the police have been badgering me non-stop. Do you want to know what they did to the Hatter?
I'm so sorry. If I could turn back the clock.
Yo, I can't. I gotta ask. Isn't the jury supposed to be impartial?
I know, right?
Okay, all right. Just making
Yes,
sure.
they should be.
Hey, it's not my fault the system is shitty.
You know, he's
Damn, you
got a
got me
point.
there.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Well, anyway, I don't know about the Hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now.
God, I hope
Oh my
the
God!
Hatter's
Is the
okay.
Hatter in jail?
Yeah, I was like, is the Hatter okay?
Did he get stabbed? Is
I
he
don't
in the
know,
code?
maybe because he was referencing Donald Duck or something, Disney now has him.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a
Did he
fate worse
also
than
get
death.
into the carriage and die?
No, that was
God, it tastes
McGilded.
blood.
What if he was also there? The Hatter, he got.
They said
into
there
the
was only
seats.
one body.
They
What if he
fused.
changed bodies, Captain Ginyu style?
And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't.
Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history.
Dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now.
Concern.
I mean,
What? What?
I'm pretty sure there are other women with green coats in London.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, what button am I pushing here? Okay, this button. You want me to press her?
I mean, do we have a limited amount of presses?
No.
All right, then press her.
No. You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him.
Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit.
Disturbing?
It is disturbing. Look at it.
But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman.
Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward. Honestly. Claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes.
Man, she'd never hold back her punches. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you think he would have concocted something more credible?
Yeah, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign.
Ma'am?
Who's to say what goes through your funny little mind?
Ma'am!
Impartial jury.
I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it.
I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime.
Ugh.
If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple.
Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. You could tone down the racism, though.
Emma, you are too kind, my lord. And no, I will not.
That went well. For her.
See, this is why I don't try.
Okay, but he just moved to that location. How would he actually know the right
Why
routes?
can't I, like, go forward now? I can go backwards, but not forward? What's the forward button? Oh my god. I cannot. I will never know these
I
buttons.
have a problem with your number 3 statement, just out of principle of if Nutsmate.
All right, you know what? We're pressing everything, I guess. All right, we're
Yes.
pressing
Press
everyone.
everyone.
Let controls Q.
I sir, are you okay?
No.
Are you
Keyboard
driving
hard.
on manual?
Keyboard hard. But you
Are
can't...
you driving on manual? Do you need automatic?
No, we're not turning on autoplay. But you can't deny that there are other routes. Mr. Natsumi could have taken back from your books.
My books?
I read that sentence wrong. Whatever.
Yes, your books. My Jack.
Oh, yes. Like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something?
Precisely.
But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not.
Well, yes, that's true.
At the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there?
Well, yes, that's true as well.
As I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he?
Well, yes, that's annoyingly true.
And tonight's are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible.
Well, yes. Why is all this true?
Never heard of you know some more information you're not interjecting with.
So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road.
I'm supposed to be convincing you here.
I have given it lots of thought, you know. I didn't just make it up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Road, the Calabash Road way, different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would.
Huh. A reason why Soseki-san might have taken the longer way home.
That's a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one.
I don't think we have anything to actually prove that, so... Yet. Okay, I appreciate if I could, like, do that and then press. Thank you. Hi, I'm with you too, Naruhodo.
He's the matter, young man.
You're the wife of Mr. Garrett, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsumi his room.
It's his wife? Well, what do you get to idea, sir? I'm the maid, you understand?
She's keeping up that charade? Ugh, this is gonna be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you've been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean.
I was told not to mention to anyone until the day of the trial, you see.
Impartial.
It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear. So I'm afraid I had no choice.
Impartial jury.
I see.
Impartial jury literally has the landlord of the accused.
Anyway, Mr. Natsumi, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he?
Yes, that's right. Although he's only been here a little over a week now.
And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsumi look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this?
My goodness me, yes! He's just the sort.
What?
Sitting on his bed in a dark and dingy room, sporting and scribbling his mustache. The man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. Heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something.
I think that's just you.
Yeah, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such awful things about him?
Dark and dingy. Didn't you guys sell him that dark and dingy room? Like I
They
mean,
did. Yes.
like the dark and dinginess of the room is not because of him. It's because of y'all.
It's the hardest bookworm, nothing more.
Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She's said enough damning things already.
Hold it!
I really don't care. Why are you on the jury?
Cause I'm
At
forced to
least
be
he's
here.
impartial.
A man's life
At
is
least-
on the line here, sir. Sorry?
And might be the only impartial person in this jury so far.
Wait, what about the guy with the hat in between juror 3? He's pretty impartial,
All right,
too.
this might be the second impartial person on the jury.
A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line, too, and so is my family's.
Wait, what?
The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do my wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard.
You not get paid for being in jury duty? I'm pretty sure you get paid for being in jury duty.
Maybe they don't
You only get like
paid.
one day.
Well,
Not well, but
Oh, well.
I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. He's a contractor, I guess?
Oh, okay, alright, I
Like
get
a
it now.
labor contractor. Like, he does, like, all the physical work and, like, construction stuff, I guess. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn to dusk, it is. Oh, I sympathize with this person.
You should
So,
have taken all those guineas.
you were digging up... He didn't get any guineas! So you were...
No, we mean Naruhodo.
Oh! So you were digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was. Hold on what side? What? Another coincidence? That's right. Mersham Street it was. Mersham Street?
It's Naruto. There are only 3 named streets.
Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now?
I will get you over with now. You had that damn name.
Please, sir, it's important. Fine, I'll do it then. God. On the day it happened, I was digging up Mearsome Street from dawn to dusk. I'm slowly
where's
going to start
Mearsome
sounding like
Street?
Obama, and it's going to be really funny.
Your book, yes. Sorry. Fold it, you say? Fold what?
No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to say was, do you visit your books often?
My books?
Your
no, I
books.
visit your books. I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. It's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about.
but wait. What's old tea?
It's tea that is old. I did not think I had to explain that, but all right.
I don't know.
I could not
I
have been
blanked
more-
out. And at
I
what
could not have been more clear, young man.
time did you visit your books on the day in question?
Well, I was picking up books in there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left.
Huh?
It's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about.
Just before 5, you say. Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time?
Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had.
What do you mean?
Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and dunked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
I'd like to point out he's wearing a green coat.
Yeah.
Yeah. This happened on Calabash Road.
That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books.
Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. I can already see who we have to
Sorry.
fight.
Extremely sick. No, I'm quite all right now.
Oh,
Selective hearing.
very selective hearing.
It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt. But I can't help but feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective.
I agree. It's
Is it the racism?
It's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsumi of anything. That's something.
You must use it to our advantage, Mr. Naruto. Cunningly.
Well,
Okay, so pull up the map again whenever you can.
Yep. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again carefully. And if any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other.
Let them fight.
Yes, don't hold back. Pick them all against each other.
Well, we had a guy that was like, why would he take the long way? And then we had a lady that was talking about, well, she was wearing a green coat, so I know what we gotta do, but let's... This is Mearsome Street right up here, so yeah. If there's construction here, he wouldn't be able to go down Briar Road. But then
And
also...
if he went down Calabash Road, he would have seen the old guy fall over.
Yeah, so we can pick what we want to do. We want to deal with the green coat, or we want to start with the street first?
I'll start the street first, then move to the coat.
Okay. This
If
is
there was construction, then that means, yeah.
this person. It would be here. You. And you. And Pit.
Objection.
Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another.
Adults, Council. Explain yourself.
Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear.
Hey, no
What?
one said it was.
What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3?
Oh, me, sir? What do you mean?
Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsumi visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mearsome Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Mearsome Street and down Briar Road.
Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir?
Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings.
Yes, I suppose he must have.
I suppose that must have been right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we can see now that he had no choice.
Yes!
Why are you being so dramatic, dude?
Well, that was my impersonation of the defense there. I hope he liked it.
No, it
Judge, if I may.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I don't think all good and conscious that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. So I'm just going to pretend he's innocent for right now. There's no way for me to just retract my statement. I have to always give the innocent. What about you, sir?
Oh man, I just want to get out of here. Me? Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. That's what I say. Damn, I just want to get out
It's
of here.
funny because construction.
Yeah. Alright, let's get the other 2 and then we'll call it for the video.
That was wonderful.
Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It strengthened our position somewhat.
Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider the stance as well. Or double down. You never know. That juror number 1 seems to have that for you. They'll all be asking themselves if their current learnings are really right or not. Now, if we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume,
Oh, we got it. We got it. Don't worry.
we might be able to tip the balance completely.
Man, this isn't Fire Emblem. Yes, that's exactly what we gotta do.
We've got to tip the scales.
Van Zieks is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal.
I'm sorry, do you have something against a man who just wants to go home?
Yes. It's called your job. You need to stay here and do it thoroughly.
So it's not my fault the accused is so easy to accuse.
Baruch looks like he's just sleeping through this whole thing.
He is.
Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please.
Alright, let's get these two and then we'll call it for this video. Yes, my lord. Okay, I appreciate that.
I have to say not guilty at this point, so I can see where this trial goes from here.
Hello. And you.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
What? Oh, yes?
Have fun.
Objection.
Oh, you're talking to each other? Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning.
A flaw? What are you talking about, Counsel?
Well, juror number 2? Juror number 6?
Why, whatever do you mean, sir?
What?
I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you.
What?
Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything.
Speak up, boy!
There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of secondhand titles. He then returned home on foot.
That says he has no recollection of his return journey.
That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes.
Yes, we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection.
Can we really be sure of that, madam?
My, whatever do you mean?
I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood.
My.
Wait, why do you care? Hang on.
He cares because he's like, wait, am I being proven wrong again? I hate this guy.
My goodness, you mean?
That's right. I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6.
What?
Oh, are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today?
That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that.
Goodness me!
Sorry! You need a pee!
And crucially, we
I
know
suggest you go to the bathroom for that, young man!
we're not in recess! We know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell.
We'll be in recess once there's dodgeball.
What?
On Calabash Road.
Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsumi saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly, the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home.
My.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
What?
You idiot old man. If you hadn't been so daft as to be rolling about there, we'd have boxes off hours ago.
Really? What are you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat?
Oh my god, that's not even his fault. Come on.
What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days, Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat? Is it? You want to go?
Somebody restrain him.
You want to go? We can go right now. Alright, I'm sitting down, leave me alone.
My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but...
You'd like to change your leaning, I presume. I don't know what happened to me there.
I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty.
Thank you.
And I would too! And then we'll fight!
What?
No, not you, you're fine. Is it a crime to change your mind, is it? Well...
Okay,
I'm sitting down now.
Grandpa needs to chill. Yay!
I like that now the only two who are on the guilty side are the people who have a direct bias against Naruto.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to just sit down now. That was all my energy for the video.
Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The eyes 2, the nose 4. So the nose have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Oh, here we
Juror
go.
number 5 groaning.
There
There you go, he drank wine. There you go, he drank wine.
Amazing.
Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Just get to the point.
Well, he's not gonna get to the point in this video. He's gonna get to the point in the next video, because we're done for today. Well, for this video.
Joke's on you, KV.
So,
Joke's on
see you all.
I'm secretly under your desk right now.
are you the one restocking his
dangerous.
wines and glass?
I'm the one stealing it.
Joke's on you. You just confessed to it, so...
Arrest this man.
Anyway, we'll see you all in
Arrest
the next...
me.
We'll see you all in the next video when Scotland Yard arrests KV.